So, Integrated Strategies 2, Ending 4, Sarkaz Only. This is the last one. There's, not a lot to talk about with, this clear overall, just a few scuffed moments here and there. So I'll pop in whenever I feel like I have something to talk about as usual. The one thing I'll say going forward, just like for the comments, is do you enjoy when the earlier floors are sped up like this? Because this is 4 times speed, right? And my logic is I don't want to have people sit through the full clear at normal speed because that takes an hour. So I feel like, especially since the first 2 floors here are bewildered, which I didn't expect. That's never happened to me before, which I was really surprised about. But point being, if with the earlier floors, like up to the mini-boss in floor 3, I feel like a lot of the same stuff happens. So would you prefer if those floors were, like you see here, sped up for the most part? Do you prefer if they're normal length? Do you prefer if I speed them up even more? Maybe I should just cut them out entirely. Just like, let me know what you prefer, because I don't want people to sit through the full hour, so I just feel like speeding these up, since they're not very eventful, is the go-to. Bye, Crown Slayer. Bye, Crown Slayer. So fast. One thing I want to note here. Okay, Ending 4 encounter combat stage 1. So I went into both of these Ending 4 encounters blind. I had no idea what to expect from the stages themselves. So I was pretty frightened when I saw the layout of the stage and all of the prisoners on the sides. But then I quickly realized that I can just set up a choke point with Meteorite and W, just pure artillery, kind of like Fiametta. So I just decided, you know what, I'll just do that and it'll be fine. So it was. It's just it's a very scary stage at first, especially if you don't have pullers with those 2 boxes in the middle. But with enough AoE, it's just pretty straightforward. I get pretty lucky in the shop here. I get both the coin-operated toy and the spinach pack, which is really nice. I also end up opting to get Purifier here because she's honestly just such a good medic, especially in integrated strategies. She does it all, which is really nice. So I just opt to get her. Pretty straightforward. I mess up pretty badly in two ways here. The first is that I recall Mudrock too early, because I'm trying to speed up the clear, but unfortunately Vigna isn't tanky enough, so she dies, which is my bad. But then the second big mistake is that I decide, because I recall Mudrock, I'm in a very awkward situation now when it comes to killing Gopnik, and I decide to recall W, but I'm like, okay, surely it's fine. Surely I still have enough damage. Survives, bunks Mudrock, bunks Vigna. And this is why I'm so upset. I shouldn't have recalled W because, oh, she was so close. God dang it, so close. Makes me so sad. That was a free collectible that I skipped out on. Won't be the first, won't be the only time. I digress. I get the fog machine there, which will actually be really helpful later on. But here I decide to get... So I get a few things here. I get the horn, which on top of the, I think the tape recorder I got earlier makes my stuns incredibly long. I also get the 70 attack speed item for snipers, which is just so good. And then last but not least, I decided to get Nightingale because she's actually really important for the Playwright ending, because of how much arts damage he does. Now, a few things here happen in quick succession. The first is that I get the second combat encounter for Ending 4. And again, I'm going into this totally blind. I have no idea what to expect. But, you know, at first it seems pretty reasonable. Like, 3 red boxes, okay, I can deal with that. 2 4 blocks in the middle, it's okay, I just Surtr them. And I'm like, okay, I just set up a choke point in the middle with Meteorite and W, and we're good, right? First, I don't expect the actors to pop out from both sides, from the top left and the middle right, which throws me off guard because I'm like, oh no, they're gonna kill W. So I put Hibiscus in a very questionable position, and then I quickly realized that position is very scuffed. So I then put Flamebringer there to try and compensate, and at this point, you know, stage feels like it's fine. It's pretty scuffed, but it's fine. Like, there's nothing worse, right? The 4 blocks come back. First one from top left, that's fine. Then the one from the middle right sends me into a panic. I did not expect the one from the middle right red box. I did not, for that matter, I did not expect 2 to come from the middle right red box, which completely throws my game off guard. So I just throw everything I have at it, and it manages to work. But yeah, definitely more chaotic than the first combat encounter. I was just not expecting that, frankly. But whatever, it works. I get the Playwright ending now locked in. I decide to get this collectible. I don't end up using it. I just get it because might as well. And then here I get Gopnik, and the only thing to say about this stage is that it's a pain if you don't have upfront DP because of the mutant slugs. At least it's so hard to prevent them from leaking. Really frustrating stage. But whatever. You'll see here though that the fog machine comes in handy for dealing with Gopnik, and then later on I use it as well to deal with Lucian. It's very I think the fog machine is very underrated for what it does, because it makes dealing with bosses that much easier. So I feel like it's one of the more underrated tools. So I don't see the Avenger here, and because of that I underestimate the amount of damage Mudrock will take, but then I decide, you know what, I have the opportunity, let's have a little bit of fun. With the added stun duration, plus the attack speed item, will W have enough damage and stun to kill the Demolitions leader in time? Let's find out. Short answer is that yes, she does. The attack speed item, the attack speed plus the stun item is just really good on her. Going into the Lucian fight, there's not a lot to say since I've already done this fight several times before, except keep an eye on how I use the fog machine. That's the one thing I'll say, because like I said, I feel like the fog machine is heavily underrated in just how effective it can be. So I make stages pretty straightforward overall, but then I make the mistake of all mistakes, and I am still... I'll just let it speak for itself. Yes, you saw that right. I skipped the collectible. I skipped the boss collectible because I am a total moron, and I thought it was another recruitment voucher. So that's that. I get a few decent collectibles here in the shop to compensate, but I'm just reeling from my incompetence in the moment. I decided to get Ifrit E2 because she's actually pretty effective on the Playwright stage from the way it's laid out, but the other interesting thing here is that I get the challenge mode of Sarkaz Desire, and the only thing I'll say about this stage is balloons.
Mommy, is the floating head going to eat us? Yes, Charlie! Yes, he will!
The game was pretty forgiving there and gave me Gopnik to compensate for my stupidity. I don't think the command collectible really mattered that much, but then I get to this stage, and I really want the music to speak for itself. I love the music in these boss stages, so I'm just gonna let it play, but one thing I'll say beforehand is I really underestimate the Playwright's damage by a long shot. Oh, and he's also quite cute. No homo though.
久しぶりにバーベキューやろうぜ。今日はご機嫌なの。ついてない。さあ、クイズよ。このジャガイモは爆弾でしょうか。大地よ。たげ！さあ、クイズよ。このジャガイモは爆弾でしょうか。ここが戦場。足を上げない方がいいわ。悪くない場所だ。私にさ、これかもな。3、1、パー。救急診療の準備は整いました。いつでも治療。これでより多くの悲劇を防げはさせません。はい、今回の戦闘どうよ。自分も踏んでみたら。
誰が相手だ？
視界は良好ね。3、1、パー。救急診療の準備は整いました。いつでも治療ができます。皆これでより多くの悲劇を防げるなら私は逃げません。踏んでみたら。
That's pretty much the stage in a nutshell. W lives an obscenely long time, which she basically carries the whole stage on her own. But in general, like I said, I really underestimated the Playwright's damage. I also underestimated his debuff in his global attack. Just in general, I just underestimated the stage and paid a bit for it, but that's just integrated strategies all wrapped up and done. I've done every ending in integrated strategies too, and I'm pretty satisfied with how things went. I feel like there were definitely a lot of moments where it was scuffed because I didn't really know what I was doing, but as you see here, I'm getting better. I'm getting ready for integrated strategies 3, so we'll see what happens when we get to it. But other than that, yeah, just pretty scuffed clear, but it is what it is. I'm trying to understand a story here, but my pea-shooter writer brain can't understand it. I do really like that cinematic, though. And that's Integrated Strategies 2, Sarkaz Only. Let me know what you thought of the video. Let me know what you thought of all 4 videos, in honesty, because I'll use all of the feedback I get to really improve how I do Integrated Strategies 3. So yeah, that's all from me, and I'll see you next time.